But I mean, you know, if you guys have such a fear for officer safety, you guys can pull guns on me for lawful activity, but then you guys see no problem with breaking the law and putting yourself at risk and putting other people on the road at risk.
The direction from the department is that this is allowed, so that's why they're still doing it.
I just want you guys to do the right thing, man.
That's why I said, legal departments told us this is allowed.
Yeah, but I mean,
if they said any hesitation, I would have told my people not to.
The SS told the rest of the Nazis that it was okay to exterminate Jews, but it wasn't. That didn't hold up in the Nuremberg trials. If you guys want, I literally will go to bat for you guys. I will literally stand up to the Board of County Commissioners and say, hey, listen, instead of having these guys park in the travel lanes and in turn lanes against the law that their legal team is telling them, hey, yeah, just, you know, f it, break the law. I'll go to bat for you guys and say, hey, listen, like, instead of putting, you know, stupid bushes in here, why don't you guys actually create some sections for them that are cordoned off for official use only? So that they actually have a designated spot to do so that they're, you know, obeying the law.
Yeah, but I don't have the immediate concern that you guys do, so that's the same thing.
But you should, though, that's the thing.
Sheriff's Office Deputy Peterson, this line is recorded. How may I help you? Let D3 know that the 13th papa from the other night with the vest on, the guy that follows us around, he's back. Yeah, taking pictures. He's got a bulletproof vest on. It says press on the back of it. Yeah, there's been all kind of bulletins on this dude. Okay, cool. Thank you.
What is it? 314 what?
316.1945.
316.1945.
Light on them? Yes. I just need. Can you keep your hands where we can see them?
Can you please move out of my vehicle before I call some backup?
We're not in your vehicle.
Moving out of your vehicle. That's preposterous.
Move away from my vehicle.
What statute is that?
No, I'm just asking you to stay away
Yeah,
from my
yeah,
vehicle.
yeah.
First
I
of
think
all,
we need to
listen,
stay
careful
close
also,
to your
listen.
vehicle for officer safety.
Don't start
That's
nitpicking because we caught you
No,
on
no,
doing
no.
something.
I don't want you to trip because you're too close.
Oh, no,
I
this
got
is
great balance.
Yeah, it's about officer safety here.
Okay. So
I'm a master at walking. I've been doing it for years.
that's fine. Do you have problems with me staying here?
Well, it's not so much us, it's the state legislators. So Florida Statute.
Control device.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the statute?
316.1945. So you're actually not supposed to block travel lanes or turn lanes. And then on top of that, by use.
Gentlemen, you're absolutely welcome to submit any concerns to our main sheriff office department.
Okay.
And I believe that this been already addressed, and I believe I know who you may be. So per our
Is it?
command,
I know because I spoke with the lieutenant, and he was even saying that your legal team said it was all right, even though it's not all right.
as
And
long
so,
as we have our parking lights on, and we are
no,
tracked
you actually
all
have to
the
keep
way,
your lights on. That was the policy.
my parking lights are on, sir.
No, your headlights, your lights have to be on. All of your
Parking
lights.
No.
Nope.
I am following my command.
And who gave
staff.
you that command?
I'm sorry.
Who gave you that command?
I am following instructions that we were given, okay?
By who?
By my command staff.
And who-
If you have any further concerns,
who's
I
your
would
command staff?
I would appreciate my sergeant, my direct sergeant.
When you were
Who's your
hired,
direct sergeant? Is it Christensen?
follow all state
Christensen?
statutes.
And then again, 316.605 or 065. Yeah. 316. It's either 065 or 605 even specifically states that law enforcement officers have to abide by all rules of the road
It does.
unless they're in pursuit or there's an emergency.
That's right, which would mean they would have
So their
emergency
command
lights on.
staff is assuming an authority above the legislators,
The
saying
law,
that, oh well,
which they
it's
can't do
okay.
that.
No, they can't.
They have no authority to do that.
Their job is to enforce the law, not make up laws as they go or make up rules as they go. So
So are you trying to catch people speeding? Is that what you're doing here?
yeah.
Legal law enforcement.
But it's not legal though.
Can't you
But
do
it's
it in a
not,
safer
though.
place?
Can you please put this down with my glasses?
Well, then can you turn your dome light on, and I'll just turn my light off. We got cameras where I need to be able. I need light to see. It's the middle of the dark out here, middle of the night.
Yes, but it does not. You do not have to. I'm asking you to
ma'am. That's all. We're not a threat by any means. We only want
that
to.
you are a threat. You're just too close to the curb and trip.
We're just here for your safety, ma'am. That's it.
I appreciate your protecting me.
That's what we do. We travel around and just make sure the community's safe. And
Oh, absolutely. At 4 o'clock in the morning, that is
It's
very
one-
good patrol.
yeah,
We definitely
it's one of the best
appreciate that.
times.
Yeah. So you folks live here in this district?
Maybe.
'Cause that wouldn't be unusual to be walking like this
That's,
in the place where you don't even live, right?
that's why in 1819 somebody designed shoes.
Indeed. That was a great discovery. Invention.
I'm too old to go barefoot on the highway and large roads.
Yeah, it's 316.072. Obedience to and effective traffic laws. Public officers and employees are to obey chapters and exceptions. The provisions of chapter applicable to the drivers of vehicles upon the highways shall apply to the drivers of all vehicles owned or operated by the United States, the state, or any county, city, town, district, or any other political subdivision of the state.
I know
Yeah.
that you were given an answer by lieutenant, and so we were given instructions as well.
No, I know, and that's
We're
the
following the instructions that we were given.
and I was also told that I was going to get an email from somebody explaining that.
I
And
don't know, I am
No, that's all right.
the
Well,
person who would answer that question.
see, that's kind of the issue I've been having with you guys. Is you guys think that you guys can just do things against the law because your legal team says it's okay, when in fact it's really not, though.
Are you
That's
guys like
the thing.
sovereign citizens or something? Are you above the law? I don't get it.
Well, because generally sovereign citizens think that they can just do whatever they want and the laws
If
don't
they
apply to
can
them, and
above
that's
the law.
kind of, that's the issue that I'm having here.
I just don't understand why you won't just turn your emergency lights on for your officer safety.
I cannot turn my emergency lights on unless I am instructed by sergeant to go into emergency mode. You understand that?
What about, do you have like some people some officers set up posts in certain areas and they just have a red and blue
I'm following
non-flashing?
instructions of my command.
Well, no, even that's a violation. They're not allowed to have any emergency
That's
lights
just-
on.
They're risking her life. And it's like it's not even her fault.
No, it's
she's
not.
doing
It's
what
not.
she's told, and
Yeah.
That's just not safe for her at all. It's almost like they don't even care about your safety, ma'am. I would have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I just do not want to risk the lives of the community for,
Or even my
reason
own life.
for some,
Or maybe a ticket here and there. Well, I know in I think it was, well, I know.
she's not even giving out tickets. She's doing paperwork here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I know in 2000.
Well, that's not traffic enforcement then.
exactly.
Yeah. She definitely shouldn't be charging the road now.
We're out here risking our own lives standing in a median to save your life. What?
I'm not keeping you here, sir.
I know you're not, but our conscience is keeping us here because we're just so concerned with your safety, ma'am.
I'll have to adjust the right person. He's on the way to the moment, and he can explain you everything.
If we
Yeah, just the person who is following
if we were to ever just walk away and then someone crashes in the back of you and nobody was here to help you because you can't get to your radio, we would feel horrible.
I would feel horrible back if you accidentally trip or something. Honestly,
Yeah, I think a drunk driver crashing into the back of you because you're parked in the middle of the road is a
well,
lot.
look, now I could have gone and.
Go get
Go
him.
ahead, go get him.
We'll wait here for your
Isn't that what you're
supervisor.
here for?
I am instructed to stay here and wait for my sergeant.
Okay.
So that person without their lights on, that might.
You wouldn't have seen him while you were doing paperwork anyways, but here's the deal. It's a lot easier for us to jump out of the way if a drunk driver hops the curb coming at us than it is for you to move.
I can't believe she should just let someone go with no lights on. Even more of a
Well, she
dangerous.
was told to stay here. She has no choice.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's not up to her.
That's another thing too, is that's unlawful passing. It's considered unlawful passing because now you have to pass another car that's already in the turn lane in order to get in front of them. So
Normally when they do something like that, they would turn on their emergency lights,
yeah,
you know.
Like that, right there.
like that.
Those aren't really emergency lights, but still, that's better than nothing. That's better than parking lights.
Well, the definition of an emergency light under Florida statute, I think it's 316, 17, 62 or 65 is any red or blue light emitted from an emergency vehicle.
We're really concerned about the safety of this officer, deputy.
What's the
Just
concern?
where she's parked, she's forcing cars to cross over a control device to be able to get into the turn lane,
Okay.
for one. And, you know, she said she's not allowed. She's been ordered by you or somebody else. She can't sit here with her emergency lights on or any red and blues like you just did. And we're just concerned about her safety.
Or even
I mean,
headlights.
this is just dangerous.
So you guys are parking lights on, right? Rear lights?
Yellow lights, yeah.
And she just happened to see a car go by without its lights on, and she didn't pursue that, which is probably...
Okay, she's talking to you gentlemen,
Well,
waiting
she,
on my
she was
response.
told to wait for him,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
that's-
know.
we get that.
And
It's unfortunate.
Mr. Carroll, we already talked about this. I don't know what the issue is.
The issue is your legal team thinks that they can just skirt the law. 316.072 specifically states that you guys have to abide by every single traffic law,
They deemed
with the
otherwise.
exception.
That's the issue.
But that's the thing, is like they don't have higher authority than the legislators of the state.
No, but I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the administration of this department, agency.
I'm still
has-
waiting on a name on who it was that assigned that.
Are you a
Yes, I
sworn
will.
officer?
Yes.
Because you swore to, you know, follow these laws. Not,
Yeah.
not
That's
to
the direction
follow
of our
some made-up
agency. So,
laws.
like they told you, Lieutenant Newell already told you, if you have issues, get with the legal department and have them explain it to you.
They don't ever
But
respond
the
back.
direction of this agency, from what I've been told from Lieutenant Newell and the chain of command, is
True.
that this, if done safely,
Can I show you the statute though, real quick?
we've already talked about a statute. So
So you, as a human
So-
being, if you're
so then you have a
ordered
duty
by
to
your
intervene,
command
though. That's the
staff
problem.
To do something to risk the entire community's life
there's
and
no
their own,
risk
you're
from what
okay.
the thing
You're
is, so-
okay with that? That just seems preposterous.
So that's the
Why
direction
would you
of the
do
sheriff,
that?
Okay? From what I've been told from my command staff.
So if someone else was just parked right there, that isn't an officer,
So I can
you
do that too?
It would be
But
no
just as
problem.
long as my parking lights are on?
No, that's not covered in the statute according to the legal
It's not
department.
covered for you.
But it's not covered for you guys.
That's your perception, but I'm telling you.
Well, no,
lawyers for
literally
agency have
the
been
statute
done.
right here
It's not
specifically
perception.
states that you guys can only do this if you're actually on a traffic stop or
And
responding
we
to an
already
emergency.
Talked about this. The legal department, who has a law degree, has deemed otherwise and has
Okay,
told us at the direction.
But a law degree doesn't mean you know the laws.
It really doesn't.
A law degree just tells you how to argue in court.
Up with them, not us.
You know how many city attorneys that don't know the law, but they're
I'm
attorneys?
sure there's plenty of them.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
None of
I'm
them,
telling you
most
right
of them
now,
though.
The direction of the sheriff's office is allowing this, permitting this.
And who was it that gave that direction? Because nobody wants to give me a straight answer.
Lieutenant Newell, upward to the legal department.
Nobody wants to give me a straight answer. I've already talked to him about that. He couldn't even give me a straight answer on that.
Lieutenant Newell?
Yeah.
I talked to him after we spoke about the email that I forwarded to him to follow up with.
Yeah, and he called me last, I think it was Saturday,
Yeah.
and we spoke, and I even asked him, like, who is it? He's like, I don't know. I can get it
Well,
to you
he
in an
told me
email.
that he already ran it through the legal department, and their determination is that this is allowed by sheriff's office.
Who at the legal department? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who at the legal department said that?
Commander Williams.
Commander Williams?
Yep.
And who else?
I think it's Scuderi's the other legal advisor.
Scuderi, you have a first name for that?
David.
David Scuderi?
Yep.
So they're the attorneys for the sheriff's office?
sir.
And they're the ones that are advising,
They're the ones for.
they're the ones that are
what,
advising
Lieutenant
you
Newell told
guys
me.
that you guys
They
can
got
just
passed
skirt
up
the
chain of
laws?
command. Those are the ones that reviewed what your concerns were, because I expressed those in the email.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. They said that as long as it's done with their lights on, parked in the back of it, there's no.
What
immediate
lights,
risk.
though? They specifically said just some yellow parking lights?
Oh,
Just the brake
because-
lights apparently is sufficient enough, even
Yeah,
though
that's
the
what the
statute
thing was.
specifically
Was
states
there brake
that
lights, though, or
Years
was
ago
it
we
just
had
parking
it's just
only?
no, it's just brake
Years ago
lights.
they had issues with people completely blacked out, and that in their mind posed an imminent risk.
Definitely.
So that's why I said the rear lights, like the parking lights on, was sufficient. So
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think they're
I mean,
like
it's
adding in the
not
equation
though.
of possible intoxicated drivers that might not even see that.
I don't know what goes in their equation. I'm just sitting here speaking on behalf of what I've been told from the level
Well,
above me.
question though, you guys know that you have a policy that's, you know, or there's a policy that you have called duty to intervene. So when, especially when somebody that's a higher ranking officer tells you to do something wrong, or somebody higher up in administration tells you to do something that's against the law, you guys have a duty to intervene.
Yeah, but I don't have the immediate concern that you guys do, so that's the same thing.
But you should though, that's the thing.
Officer safety is always number one with you guys.
And that's why they have the lights on, they're parked over here.
I mean, do you know how many times I've had guns pulled on me by you guys and other agencies for officer safety? But I mean, you know, if you guys have such a fear for officer safety, you guys can pull guns on me for lawful activity, but then you guys see no problem with breaking the law and putting yourself at risk and putting other people on the road at risk.
Talking about that, I'm talking with you guys about it.
Well, common sense will tell you that this is unsafe.
Yeah.
Well, and not even that, it's unlawful.
It's not about perception, that's just
It's all about
reality.
the direction from the department is that this is allowed, so that's why they're still doing it. Okay? I'm just trying to speak on behalf.
No, it's mind blowing. It's just mind blowing.
Yes, sir. It's 2409. 2409. Yeah, Sergeant Christensen.
And what's yours?
I already gave it to you.
No, you gave it to me.
So
I didn't get it.
4402.
4402.
What's your name?
Lipa.
Can you spell it?
Lypak.
And what's your rank?
I'm a deputy.
Just deputy, not corporal or anything?
I'm a deputy.
Just
Anything
deputy.
else I can help
Are
you
you a
with, gentlemen?
sergeant?
Yes, sir. Okay. Anything else I can help you with today?
I think so. We're just concerned about your guys' safety out here, man. That's it.
And I appreciate the concern. I'm just saying that this is from the agency and what they told us.
I just want you guys to do the right thing, man.
That's why I said, the legal department's told us this is allowed.
Yeah, but I mean,
If they said any hesitation, I would have told my people not to.
the SS told the rest of the Nazis that it was okay to exterminate Jews, but it wasn't. That didn't hold up in the Nuremberg trials. You know, it's just because somebody says it's okay when it's really not doesn't make it okay.
So I
That's
just take it up to the legal department and see if they can explain why the reasoning is and follow up that way.
yeah. Well, I mean, there is no
You guys
explanation
have
for the
rights,
reasoning
too.
other
You
than
should stand up for yourself.
yeah.
You know, your safety should be your #1 priority.
It's like I was telling.
They're dealing with public, not.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like I was telling, I forget his name, but, you know, case in point, Vanderbilt. They have that little section of the median that's actually cordoned off for official use only, and that's where you guys are allowed to park, and, you know, in the medians and whatnot. That also falls under that same statute that I was telling you about. If you guys want, I literally will go to bat for you guys. I will literally stand up to the Board of County Commissioners and say, hey, listen, instead of having these guys park in the travel lanes and in turn lanes against the law that their legal team is telling them, hey, yeah, just, you know, fuck it, break the law. I'll go to bat for you guys and say, hey, listen, like, instead of putting, you know, stupid ass bushes in here, why don't you guys actually create some sections for them that are cordoned off for official use only, so that they actually have a designated spot to do so that they're, you know, obeying the law.
I've used that turn lane on there at that little section on Vanderbilt before.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about it's not a turn lane.
It's the median area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used that before.
Yeah, and
But
like
they
that.
might have like 1 or 2 of them in the county, so
That's what I'm saying. Like, what, instead of spending, you know, millions of dollars on these stupid ass bushes, why not put actual spots in there so you guys can actually abide by the law?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just giving the same information I was provided from my higher ups. It's the same information that we were told, so
Yeah.
I understand you guys have your concerns, but this is the extent of what I can do for you.
Which is unfortunate, but
So it's above our pay grade at this point. This is the legal department to explain it, and you know, if you can bring up sufficient things to sway them. And
yeah, literally, I'll show you the statute right here. Literally states emergency vehicles right here. Authorized emergency vehicles. Drivers of authorized emergency vehicles when responding to emergency calls or when in pursuit of an actual or suspected violator law, or when responding to a fire alarm but not returning to a fire, must abide by the traffic laws of the state.
They must have some other law or case law or something.
No, they just, the sheriff's office just, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you guys just like to turn a blind eye to what the law actually states.
Which we really believe in, like, lead by example.
Yeah.
If we as the public can't be doing this, you guys shouldn't be doing it.
Well, there's certain aspects of why we have to do that, and I think Lieutenant Newell explained some of that to you.
traffic
patrols are
enforcement.
running radar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
Said she wanted more traffic enforcement.
True, but again, that's something that you guys should be taking up with the county, not just saying, fuck it, let's just have the legal team say we can just do whatever we want.
I think that what you did right there with your lights, that's totally reasonable. I think that's how she should be sitting here. I think that's way safer than just like nobody sitting here, you know, a regular person.
Well, I mean, that would be something to explain to, you know, legal as well. Say, hey, you know, you guys say that the brake lights are sufficient. How about you guys have these, you know, the scene lights and see if that will change it?
Most other cities and states, that's how they're required to do it. They have to have those red and blues on. Anytime they set up post anywhere.
Well, it's good for presence to begin with. So
It is.
you'll often see my car like that, too. So.
Now, if you're trying to hide in the dark or hide in the bushes, and you know, for speed
It's not good for
checks
traffic
and that kind of
enforcement. I
thing,
can tell you
Yeah.
that much.
you know, then,
Well, I mean, actually, it kind of is. It actually kind of
slow
is,
people
because then
down,
people
but
see
yeah.
it and they're like, oh, hey, wait a minute, maybe I should pay more attention to what it is that I'm doing on the road.
That's like preventative measures rather than just trying to get some money out of somebody.
60-70% of the people on the roads have radar detectors. Sitting here with your radar gun on, you know, is going to slow people down. A good percentage of them. Just when
Well,
it
if
goes
used
off, they're
properly,
gonna
they
get
aren't
scared.
supposed to be on the whole time. So
Yeah.
radar
Yeah.
detectors, if they're done properly, aren't really.
Yeah, their policy is they're actually supposed to visually try and
Estimate it.
ascertain the speed of the vehicle, then turn either Doppler or laser.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a lot of cops that have died from brain cancer from running them so much.
yeah. So
Anything else I can help you gentlemen out with tonight, though?
No, I think that's good.
Just be careful crossing back over.
Yeah, we're just worried about you guys, you know. It's unfortunate they will make a rule like that and put you out here and
The what?
risk your life.
Be careful walking there because
Well,
it's
that's
easy
why
to
Oh, it's slippery?
He,
Yeah.
he talked to me about it. I sent out the email up the chain and had them review it.
That's all you can do.
So
You guys worry about the public so much. You need someone to worry about you guys, you know?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We do. You guys be careful.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit the like or dislike button, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on future releases. If you've been a follower for a while, make sure to hit the like or dislike button, share this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Memberships are less than $1 a month, so if you'd like to support the channel, click the join button below. If you'd like to make a one-time contribution, links are available in the description below. If you have a channel and would like to be featured in the description of my future videos, as well as the credits section, please send me an email at swfloap@gmail.com.
Hamilton 3 Alpha 10.
Good, Naples.
Homeland 13 Papa, Robertson at the jail. Called in by one of the deputies advising of a 13 male that's wearing a bulletproof vest in a parking garage, walking up to deputies. Last seen on the 3rd floor. Apparently, we've been out with him before from the other night.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll be 51 and any other available units from day shift.
Naples Jefferson, I have a low volume. I switched over. Sorry. Do you have any updates?
Negative.
Okay, send a call to any available day shift unit, please. Being the not answering up.
3 Alpha 31, you can say to me.
Pepper.
Naples 3 Alpha 20, I'll be 51 31.
Pepper.
3 Alpha 11, 3 Alpha 10.
Great.
My computer's not working. I'm near the government center. Can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah, Naples. I locked 3089 to 3 Alpha 11. Yeah, 13P wearing a bulletproof vest, so be careful. Wait for backup.